Hey everyone, this is Heidi Reese here. I am the training programs manager at Dayton Superior, and I want to welcome you all to our Training Tuesday for today. I'm sitting here with Chuck Hoke. Say hi, Chuck.
Hi, Heidi.
He loves it when I do that. And we actually have another presenter for us, so we're both going to be talking a little and going through this presentation. Just want to remind everybody who has joined the call has been muted, but I don't want that to stop you from asking any questions that you might have throughout the presentation. You can do so throughout the Zoom functionality with the chat function and or the question and answer function. If you want to chat with me at the same time while Cam is presenting, have at it and we'll respond. And then we'll have a mini question and answer session at the very end. Also, as a reminder, these are recorded and then we place them on our Dayton Superior YouTube channel as well as DaytonSuperior.com. Just search for Training Tuesday and you can find all of the past ones that we've done. They're all organized by product topic, so this particular one will fall under the tilt up and the engineering as well. So, real excited about that. Just as a reminder, again, I'm reminding you a lot of things today. Chuck, do I need to remind you about anything? Did you eat lunch?
Yeah, I did.
Okay,
I'm good.
good.
Thank
Okay,
you.
we got that. Okay. Well, this training is intended for training purposes only. So anything that we're about to present to you in the form of products, if there's any in here, I want you to go to DaytonSuperior.com and make sure that you read the technical data sheet, the safety data sheets, application guides prior to using anything for real. Okay. We do have solutions for your projects. You've come to know Dayton Superior as the leading provider of those engineered solutions. We're going to talk about a big piece of it this time for tilt up, have a whole solution line specifically for tilt, but I wanted to show you for those guys out there, if you don't know, we do have accessories. We have taper lock, the splicing world, sleeve lock, bar lock, DBDI. In addition, we have product lines like AccuBrace. We have Cody Clip and tilt-werks and slab-werks. We're going to talk a little bit about that today, as well as Aztec and HK composites. We also have chemicals that can provide you solutions. They're very formulated to meet your design specifications, whether it be for new construction or the repairs that you may need for your projects. In addition, we have adaptable, strong, and labor-saving forming and shoring products, and you see those listed out there as well for our assignments. But we're here to talk about superior tilt. We've had the whole tilt month. We just got done with TCA. The guys are all back. Guys and gals are all back from the show. We've got one of them with us today. And we wanted to talk about the whole single source solution for tilt up. We've already talked about what the tilt up solution was as far as the products and offerings that we have. So that would be the innovative products and brands. We also want to talk about the estimation, the engineering aspect, the job site delivery is a support for you as well, and then training. If this training isn't doing it for you today at the end, you can contact training at DaytonSuperior.com, and Chuck and myself can talk you through getting a better one for meeting the needs that you might need, a longer one. This is just quick blurbs. These Training Tuesdays are there to entice you, to help you understand what we have and offer, what we can help you with the concrete construction industry, what's going out there. And if you ever have a topic that you want us to look into and try to make one, please send us something and we'll see what we can do. Chuck's really good at writing things. I make presentations. Yippity doodle, right? All right. So this is what we're going to be talking about. But first, I want to introduce who will be going through this presentation for us. And we're going to be hearing from Cam Taylor, who is one of our application engineers at Dayton Superior. He's out of our Florida office, and don't worry, he didn't get blown away with a hurricane, and we're so glad about that. We hope everybody down there is safe. A little bit about Cam. He graduated from the University of Central Florida. He's got a Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, and he began his career with Dayton in the early 2020s. He started out as an application engineer handling tilt-up accessories, estimations, and lift and bracing engineering needs. He then expanded that role, working alongside of our senior engineers and growing knowledge for the tilt-werks software system. And now on to become one of those seasoned people that can help provide demonstrations, trainings that I was just talking about, to help you with engineering needs that are provided by the tilt-werks system. So I want to welcome Cam, and let's go ahead and start our new Training Tuesday presentation. And Cam, here's the topics that we're going to be talking about, and I'll hand it over to you right now. Actually, and
All righty, am I coming through?
you are great.
Awesome. Thank you for that introduction, Heidi. Like you said, my name is Cam, and I'm an application engineer at Dayton Superior. And today we're talking about our Superior Tilt team. And I think that's what really sets us apart here at Dayton Superior is all the engineering support we could provide for all precast, tilt up, slab in, bridge deck, which we're not talking about today, but we'll keep on pushing through. So I'm sure everyone here has a pretty good idea of the purpose of estimating, but I think it's impossible to understate it. Uh, and my first few jobs out of school actually were as an estimator, and something I can really remember my boss saying a lot was that cost or cost or cost, and that really underlined for me the importance of just capturing everything when you bid a project, in the event that you win that bid. So in estimating, we want to understand our product requirements as well as those quantities, which we'll pull from those drawing and specs for that project. Some other key points, we want to save time and money by not missing anything on those BOMs and spending more than we need on shipping if something does get missed. So all these things help with that, as well as making it easier to purchase down the line. And we actually offer quite a few tools to help get a successful estimation process, such as our online tool, as well as slab-werks and its encompassing tilt-werks. So first, I want to talk about, well, that is the online estimating tool, which can get you a really quick estimate of all those core tilt accessories for your panels. Here you can see where it is on our website next to the other calculators we offer, like the sandwich panel connector. Um, and let's take a look at the actual tool itself. If you haven't used it before, all you have to do online is a quick registration. It should just take a few minutes and you should be able to get in there. And having a login, you'll be able to have multiple projects saved and you'd see it when you first log in. Uh, but all you really need to do to get working on this is put in your job information, and then you'll follow up with some more details about your panels themselves. And I'm not going to go too much into the utilization of this, but it has been covered in other recorded Training Tuesdays. So they're up there on our YouTube for you to check out. But you can see here we're putting in panel dimensions and openings, and you will be able to get a clean material summary off of all this input that can be printed out very easily. So you can see after our input, you're going to get the job information all at the top here, as well as slab and panel areas, and also the list of braces and quantities, as well as inserts and their sizes. You're also getting lifting hardware listed, all of the helpful stuff like slab savers and shim packs, and also chemicals. It's also going to be in here. You can see we have the product codes for all these. And then following that takeoff, we have a summary of the panels that we input and the parts that went into each. So that's the quick online estimating tool that's free, and I really recommend using just to get a handle on our tilt estimation. Next, we want to talk about the tilt-up project's design process. With every project, it's going to originate usually at the architect from the owner sometimes, and it's going to proceed to the structural engineer, down to the contractor who bid it, and then they need to get in with a fabricator and the material providers to get what we need for that job. And typically, whenever there's going to be RFIs or revisions or even submittal reviews, they need to follow that same chain. They got to go back upstream from the material provider all the way back to the architect. And this is a very linear, sometimes um, costly time-wise chain of communication. And that's where we believe that tilt-werks makes a big difference. And it bolsters the ease of access for all this job information between all of those parties that were just listed, because there's utilities in it for all of those parties, and they can access it all at the same time from the same model. So about tilt-werks itself, it's a total package design software. And in many facets, it's going to increase um, productivity as it's reducing lead times. We're making tighter turnarounds. We're also lowering revision cost because we have more understanding and synchronicity between all those parties working on the same model if possible. And there's just a plethora of helpful components within tilt-werks that takes care of all the dimensional product and engineering elements. And these are all shareable between these different parties. And this is just helping to shorten the building time frame. So I want to get into some of those features and benefits that we get from tilt-werks. We are able to pull out um, drawings from tilt-werks directly that can go right into AutoCAD that will help to detail all your reinforcing as well as just normal panel shops. And we also have 3D capabilities where there's a direct plugin from Revit, which will take the model that you have in Revit and import that all that geometry right into tilt-werks for panel design. Then also going back out the same way from tilt-werks, we can create a 3D model that will actually show the rebar in the panels, and that can actually be a great visual aid in many aspects. And another big tool that we have within tilt-werks here is the full material summaries that can be created on the fly at any point. And this can really help you to define your cost. And when you define those costs, if it's your rates for man hours and different materials, you're able to not only get an idea of how much each panel is going to cost, but it also lends itself to value-based, cost-based engineering, where maybe concrete's more expensive than steel at a given time. So we need to maybe up the steel to make these panels work for the building loads. Or if it was the opposite there and our steel's looking more expensive, maybe we need to thicken it up. And we're able to run these scenarios against each other quickly and determine what's best there using those material summary reports that are informed by your real defined cost. So that's another helpful tool. And we also have the ability here to generate paper dolls, which can be very beneficial to contractors. And we often get those requests to provide those using tilt-werks. So keep going here. I said all the tools within tilt-werks can be used by any of the parties in the tilt-up process design flow, especially the contractor developer. No AutoCAD knowledge is really needed in order to pull out these shop drawings and reinforcement drawings that I was talking about. It's a very intuitive unit interface. Everything there is self-explanatory and has explanations built in as you go, as well as being uh, easy to use. It's quick to use. There's a lot of quick time saving features that are built right in for input. And we're able to pull out bill of materials at a point. And these bill of materials, we're able to get reinforcing quantities as well as even cut lists for the machines and drawings. We can pull out concrete volumes, lumber quantities, and even chemicals that are going to be used across the board on your slab, on your panel. And these are all lending ourselves to eliminate some inaccuracies and just cut down on revisions, RFIs, when everyone's working off the same plate there. There's just better communication. So, like I said, there's benefit here for our material providers. We're able to get these material takeoffs straight from the tilt-up contractors as they build that model. And for these rebar fabricators, they're able to quote and produce quick panel reinforcing drawings as well as cut list right from tilt-werks. And this is going to help save time with your suppliers as well, as we can just lock down accurate numbers quickly. So something I'm excited to talk about again is relatively new companion tool for tilt-werks, which is slab-werks. And we can use this to account for the large plethora of accessories we have at Dayton Superior for your slab. We're talking about bar supports, plate dowels, chemicals, grout, everything like that. And with everything in tilt-werks, yeah, we're looking at a high level of accuracy here because we're tying in real information from your building that you've input, and we're referencing our coverage rates on all these products so you get the exact size as well as the exact quantity. So um, we're going to get it right the first time, and that's one of the exciting parts about SlabWorks is that it's all being taken care of with just a few lines of input. So we can see here what SlabWorks looks like within tilt-werks. We have those pieces of information that we input, and as you can see, there's all of the most common Dayton Superior products already selected, and you can choose between the other ones there, depending on whether we're looking at solvent-based or water-based products, or if it needs to meet certain VOC requirements. It's all in the drop downs there. And then as soon as you click generate, you have a page that's going to tell you all those quantities. And you can see some of these, it even notates what size container is being used, if it's 55 gallon or 10 gallon. So you can get an idea if that needs to be converted based on what you're buying it by. So that's slab-werks, and here's composite-werks. This is a new design tool that we have for our composite insulated wall panels, and super helpful. And it was designed based on the best practices and the gray book that TCA recently published. So it utilizes the beam spring model and a modified version of Slenderwall. It looks at P delta effects, shear flow, and thermal loading in order to design those partially composite panels. So upon ACI approval, this tool will actually be input directly into tilt-werks and will be accessible for any tilt-werks subscribers for free. And it is already free, and it'll still be free at that point when it's incorporated. And there's already a good deal of synchronicity with tilt-werks where whatever job you have input, you can export that file into composite-werks without having to input all the geometries. So it's just something to look forward to if for our tilt-werks subscribers. So onto the team that we have here at Dayton Superior for Superior Tilt. We run it really like an engineering firm. A lot of our application engineers have engineering backgrounds. It's in the name. So not only are we giving you those designs, but you know, having those engineering backgrounds, we're always looking out for things we can advise on and the panel design, aspect. If there's things we're catching, we're able to answer those questions should they come up. So we provide engineering solutions for everything, not just tilt up, but also, bridge and some precast stuff. Now to our Superior Tilt advantages as well. We have over 280 years of experience on our tilt up team. We utilize this experience to conduct our pre-engineering calls. And these pre-engineering calls is when our contractor, materials provider, and our engineers all get in together and we go together to discuss the product specifications and requirements. And this helps us to cut down and reduce the RFIs, which were also running up lead times. So any job that we design goes through just a multi-level quality control process that helps eliminate these mistakes. We have a team of engineers that are always here to support our customers, even outside of business hours, because we can't control when these things come out or if it needs to be right then. We're there to handle it. So as you can see, we have four in-house professional engineers as well, and we have a professional engineer license for every state. Wherever your job is, we're able to make sure it can get signed. And here we can see some contacts for the tilt-up estimation department right there. And we have full project estimation uh, covered by this department, and it's using the tilt-werks software, which we've discussed, so we get a really quick and accurate estimate for your project at a nominal fee. The same engineers who are doing the tilt-up design for lift and brace books provide these estimations, so it's going to be quite close to what's going to really come out for your BOM. Some additional engineering services. We're able to provide, some quick insert checks for our products, whether it be the coil inserts, the Bearcat bolts, or the headed studs. We can take looks at those if you need, values for custom scenarios, reduced edge distances or, lightweight concrete. We're able to take quick looks at those using some of our in-house tools and give you, a breakdown on, what your loading percentage there, what your new capacity is. So just another tool that we provide. So, our goal using all these resources that we have, tilt-werks, slab-werks, composite-werks, our estimation team, is just to help support our customers and make sure that for whatever you're encountering, we have a solution. We're able to give you AutoCAD export using these tools, based on your lift and bracing, your shop drawings, and rebar detailing, good takeoff, even 3D modeling for your building. And that's all part of our full service estimation and engineering team. And here's a nice flow for our superior tilt team. That includes our estimation engineering, our technical sales staff, as well as the product support and sales development, our very helpful tilt-up customer service, as well as that tilt-up rental fleet and braces and AccuBrace, which get you those parts for your job. For estimation engineering, there's the contact for our estimate, for estimates that you need. And we have that full service estimation team with quick turnarounds. And we're headed up by Shane Walters, who's our director of tilt-up engineering, as well as tilt-werks, and a quality cast of support engineers such as myself that you can contact at tiltup@daytonsuperior.com, where we're able to answer your questions outside of office hours need be. And when it comes to our technical sales, product support, and sales development team, they're headed up by David Jaquette, who is our Director of Business Development for TiltUp, and our lovely technical sales reps, Tyler Huffman, Matt Laird, and Manny Alicia. You can see their regions there and some of the stuff that they are very well informed on. And if you want to get into contact with any of them, there's a single point of contact, and that's the Superior Tilt at DaytonSuperior.com. And just reach out to that email with any product questions, information for orders, quotes, as well as brace fleet availability. So, any AccuBrace or fleet rental questions, please contact Superior Tilt at DaytonSuperior.com. Where we have Bradley Fassett, and he's our tilt-up rental fleet manager, and Chris Seifert, is our tilt-up rental coordinator, and he's backed up. They're backed up with a team of installers who are very experienced and get it done. So again, that these field installation services, you're going to contact Superior Tilt at superior.com. Um, and I think I'll pass it back to Heidi.
Thank you, Cam, so much. So you told us quite a bit, and you guys on the phone, you should, I hope you're looking at this and going, wow, they have a lot to offer. And he said that multiple times, even non-working hours, because we know that our assistants can, you never know when a challenge is going to occur, and they're there for you. They really are, even in-house, us being their customer, not that I do a lot of tilt-up stuff, but they are very responsive, and I'm always proud to have a training Tuesday to show them off. So for other resources and everything that we've talked about, let's go through this a little bit just to sum it all up. He talked about the estimating tool, and we also have technical support for any of those challenges that I just talked about. There's a tilt-werks page, and you can sign up for a free trial if you haven't done so in a certain amount of time, and you can get the tilt-werks training that you need. So you can check out the tool, see what it can do for you, and then get training to really know how to use it and get going with your projects. We have product pages for all of the various products. I know we didn't talk a lot about products, but I think that you guys know the tilt-up products that we have and the chemicals that go along with that. Next week, we're going to have Mr. Todd Fraker with us to talk about more of the chemicals for tilt-up. And so stay tuned for that. We have the product pages, like I mentioned, and on there can be brochures, technical data sheets, safety data sheets, handbooks, application guides, you name it. One thing I think you're getting through this presentation the most is we've got a lot of information that you can contact with. So we've given you all kinds of tilt-up emails. One way or another, you can get in touch with us and we will get it to the right people if it's not in the right email address. But specifically for your dealer sales manager or the technical sales representatives that Cam showed you a couple slides back, this is how you can find that information if you're like, well, hey, I went to this training Tuesday and I don't have these slides, so how the heck do I find it? Just go to DaytonSuperior.com, and at the top of the toolbar, there is an About Us, and you can click on that and you can find the contact information that'll take you to this page. Click on those maps if you're Simons or Dayton Superior, depending on which one, and find your state, and you've got all of the people that are important to you and to find out the information that you need, whether it be customer service, technical assistance, or your dealer sales manager. We've already kind of talked about these emails, but they're here for you again if you want to write them down, or the phone numbers right to any tilt-werks inquiries. And with that, does anybody have any questions for Cam or Chuck or myself? Please feel free to put that into the chat or question and answer section of Zoom. And as you see right there, more contact information. There is a QR code there that you can scan, and it will go to Chuck and myself to ask for additional training if you need some. It doesn't look like we have any questions. I'll give it a second. Cam, I really appreciate you taking the time. I know it's kind of crazy down there with the hurricane and everything and coming back from TCA, and I hope it was enjoyable in Phoenix. And thanks for putting this together, talking through it. And I don't think we have any questions, so you're off the hook, bud.
Sounds great. Yeah, thank you again. Yeah, it's fun.
Okay. Well, that'll do it for this week. And join us next time for the next in line for the tilt up. And then we'll have the HK composites on the 29th with other Dayton Superior composite sandwich panel situations. And Chuck and hopefully a person from HK will be talking through that. So get prepared and sign up for that. And the presentation will be out there probably about 4 today. So everyone have a great Tuesday, and I hope to see you next week.
Thank
Bye
you,
now.
Heidi.
Bye.
Thanks, Cam.